Hi everyone, this is Tiffany, and I would like to give you an update on my garden. It's kind of interesting that I have had good years in some respects, and bad years in other respects with certain vegetables. Let me tell you what is not doing well for me this year. Zucchini and squash. So you can see here my last remaining yellow squash plant. And it's just not productive. I don't really know what's going on. My zucchini died a long time ago. It gave me one zucchini. And I did have over here, you can see some blank space. I had pumpkins. They died too. So I don't know what's going on there. But on the other hand, I'm having a great year with watermelon. So I have little watermelons, a little bit of everywhere. These are sugar babies, so they're not going to get huge. But the point is that they're kind of sitting around everywhere if you look. And then another thing I'm having great success with is cantaloupe. So some years I can't grow a cantaloupe to save me. This year, cantaloupe just is falling all over the place. And you can see a cantaloupe here. This is Minnesota midget. And it's supposed to be small because a lot of times when I have a cantaloupe, I'll open it to eat it, but can't eat it all. And honestly, it ends up going to my chickens. So I was thinking about growing a more, I guess, personal size cantaloupe, and that's why I have those. There was another one I saw hanging over here. That's a cantaloupe as well. And speaking of having good years, this is my first time ever growing eggplant. Because, to be honest, eggplant wasn't part of my diet growing up. And it started some plants. And so, this is my beautiful eggplant. So over here on the other side of my eggplant, you can see she is producing some eggplants. Or some eggs. I don't really know how you exactly say that, but she's got 3 hanging, and I can tell like this flower right here is gonna produce, and she's got, you can see more flowers coming. So this is gonna be a good eggplant year for me. I just got to figure out what to do with them. And then something else that has been doing pretty good this year is my pepper plant. This is a gypsy pepper, and this pepper is supposed to turn red or orange when it's fully ripe, and that's when it's at its sweetest. You could just eat this fresh, or I think I'm gonna stuff these peppers. But there's one, and then here's one over here. I had to pick another one that was about as big as this one simply because I think some type of maybe stink bug or something had stung it, and you could tell it had a bruise. But anyway, over here beside it are my bell peppers, and my bell peppers have not set any fruit yet, but I'm sure that they're about to. So down here, you see my sweet potatoes, and then over here in these 2 totes, I have sweet potatoes as well. Now here's the thing, I don't know if I'm going to get any sweet potatoes because there is something back here living in this thicket of woods back here that keeps coming and gnawing off the tops. So if you look right here, you can see that my leaves are gone. So I don't really see how this is going to produce me a lot of sweet potatoes if they don't have any leaves to photosynthesize and gain energy. It's like right here, it looks good, and I'll come out tomorrow and every single one of these leaves will be gone. And not just over here, like whatever it is getting in here too, and you can see it's eating the leaves. So we'll see. I could put a fence around this, but for right now I choose not to. Something else that's doing pretty good is my corn. You can see that my corn has tasseled and silked. So right now it's in the process of being pollinated, and hopefully I will get some popcorn. This is actually Japanese hulless popcorn. Back here I have some okra. Unfortunately, I should have planted the okra in front of the corn. So the okra, bless its little heart, is not getting the most sun in the world, but it is what it is. And over here I have a mess of tomatoes and something else that I think is supposed to be like a ground cherry. So let's talk about that. This thing right here is supposed to be a ground cherry. Like, it's in the nightshade family. But what I'm concerned about is, if you notice, it's hard for you to see, but it's a bunch of plants, right? Like, but where are the flowers and where's the fruit? And like, if it's just gonna sit here and grow and never produce anything, I'm not so sure I don't want to yank that thing up out of the ground. So behind it, there are more maters. Something that I'm having a big old problem with this year is blossom end rot. I don't 100% know what to do about it. I know people say it's due to problems uptaking calcium and such. Again, the soil also is pretty well brand new. Remember, I put new compost and decomposed stuff, so the soil just might not be settled enough to grow tomatoes well. So here's the back side of my tomatoes. You can see here on the back, I have some cherry tomatoes that are ready to be picked. Some right here that are about to turn really soon. And there's some more over here that are ready to be picked. I planted somewhere some Amish paste tomatoes. I'm assuming that's what these are. But again, you can see the issue I'm having with my tomatoes is blossom end rot. So even though I have some big lush plants, I don't really know that I'm going to get much yield. Here's another view of my tomato plants. Thankfully, that one right there doesn't have blossom end rot. These are mortgage lifter tomatoes. Speaking of things that are not doing well this year, my cucumber, I mean, it's doing okay, but compared to cucumbers in the past that are absolutely dripping with fruit, this is not doing that great. So again, I don't know what's going on this year with my cucurbits, in particular squash, cucumber, and zucchini and pop. So I've never been successful with growing Brussels sprouts, and I may have planted these at the wrong time. The thing is here in the heat, like keeping them watered, they're holding up. But the thing is, I don't know when I'll get harvestable Brussels sprouts. Like, you can look right there and you can see the little nodules forming, but they're not very big. So the last thing I want to show you in my garden is this corn. I planted this corn later because I did have some garlic right here. I harvested my garlic and I was like, well, what am I going to do with that? And I thought, hey, I have time for corn, so I put some more popcorn here. And you can tell these plants look nice and healthy and happy. My other plants are back there, and there's some even farther back. I thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.